Oh my God, Kenny Omega versus Chris Jericho. This is your WWE Raw review. Royal Rumble, Clash of the Champions, WrestleMania. This is the show to watch. This is that wrestling show. First of all, I want to come out here and I want to thank all the new viewers out there. If you are a new viewer and you just started watching the show, I want to thank you for taking your time out of your day to sit down and view this show. If um, if you're thinking about subscribing to the show, um, I recommend that you do. Um, if you want to see um, new videos pop up here and there, if you don't want to miss your daily gossip or your daily reviews on Monday Night Raw, Ring of Honor, SmackDown Live, New Japan Pro Wrestling, anything that is wrestling, you're gonna get on this show. Like I said, I want to thank all the new viewers out there. If you are watching, thank you. If you're a new subscriber, I'm gonna go ahead and thank you in advance because viewership and subscribers are important. And I'm not saying I'm here for the subscribers. I'm not saying I'm here for the viewers, but the more subscribers and viewers that we get, that would help grow this channel. So this channel was built on um, something that my wife and we created, but it kind of turned into something that I started doing on my own now. We went from calling it the JT and Candy Show to now it being called That Wrestling Show. Um, this show is a platform for me to come out here and to talk about um, what I love, which is wrestling. Um, I love to come out here and give you the news, the rumors. I like to give you my reviews and my opinions on either a Monday Night Raw or a WWE SmackDown Live or an NXT, maybe a WWE pay per view, possibly something like a Wrestle Kingdom 12. We have Chris Jericho versus Kenny Omega. We have a Clash of the Champions coming up this Sunday. Then we have Royal Rumble, and then we're on our way to WrestleMania. So, like I said, if you're out there and you're just watching this video, I thank you for the views. Um, be sure to hit the subscribe buttons for future videos. Hit that. Make sure you set the ringtone. That way you can get that way you can get alerted when a new video pops up. So if you missed Raw or SmackDown this past week, I have my Monday Night Raw and SmackDown review on the channel. If you want to go back and look at that, I also have a video I made on Kenny Omega and Chris Jericho. They've had a confrontation. Um, Chris Jericho sneak attacked Kenny Omega, and Kenny Omega during a news conference got revenge on Chris Jericho. So all that is on my Kenny Omega and Chris Jericho um, review and whatnot. Today we're simply going to talk about news and rumors, just stuff that I've been watching on the internet. We've had a couple stuff come out today. Not sure how true they are. Like I said, when we talk about news and rumors, um, that's all it's going to be is just news and rumors. So it could be true, it could be false. But at the end of the night, I'm just here to inform you on what's being said and what's being heard. So let's talk about the first piece of news, which is of course going to be about John Cena. Um, John Cena was recently asked in an interview by Digital Spy to discuss his new movie, um, and he also was asked about fans wanting him to turn heel and what he thought about it. You know, John Cena turning heel was something that I wanted to happen a long time ago because his gimmick is old. His gimmick hasn't been fresh in a very long time. He comes out, he does the same thing over and over again. Like it's just rinse and repeat, and it never changes. Um, I mean, he might have a different shirt, he might have a different color, but at the end of the day, he's still same old John Cena. So I wanted him to turn heel, and not the kind of heel where he comes out and he raps and the way he came out before when he was rapping with his chain, Thugonomics. No, I wanted him to turn like full heel, like just a badass, a corporate. I mean, he looks good in the suit. You might as well put him in the corporate. I mean, I'm sorry, the authority. All that I wanted to have happen a long time ago, but I mean, the days of John Cena is, it's over. More people care about Roman Reigns turning heel now, and who knows if when that's ever gonna happen, if that's gonna happen. So he was asked, what is his um, this is quoted by John Cena, and I quote, so many times in the WWE, the audience tells me at the top of their lungs that they want me to change. But over the years, I've learned that if I change, they're just gonna rag on me about something else. Um, I'm never gonna please them, and at the same time, I would be turning my back on those that I care about. Like, so you're gonna by turning heel, you're gonna break all the little kids' hearts. When they grow up, they'll understand. They'll be major wrestling fans. They'll understand he had to turn heel. I mean, he was fading away. You the kids are not gonna care, dude. Like, you're still gonna be John Cena. I mean, Hulk Hogan turned heel when he joined the NWO, and all these years later, he's still Hollywood. He's still Hulk Hogan. Like, he came back at WrestleMania against The Rock, and he was over cheered. I mean, and he came back. He got back his identity. If anything, Hulk Hogan turning heel, you know, that was good for his, for him. It showed fans that it showed people who he can be in a whole new light. It put a spin on his career, and he went on. He joined the NWO, and he went on to be the biggest heel there was ever to be in WCW. He goes on and says, and I quote, "So it couldn't have been a better situation for me to be involved with this movie. So I am 40 years old. There's a man behind the hand. I wouldn't be where I am if it wasn't for this the hand, and I have great respect of that. I wouldn't be where I'm at if it wasn't for those things. But it's always a challenge to let people know that there's a little more to me. So, also discussed starring in WWE Studios The Marine. It's just he's more worried about like making movies and making his hardcore John Cena fans more happier than what the WWE universe wants or sees for him in the future. He doesn't. He's more worried about breaking hearts. Um, Whether he turns heel or not, I don't think that's ever gonna happen. But it would be nice to see something different before he officially retires from wrestling itself. Because like I said, when Hulk Hogan did it, it was cool. People liked it. I mean, we can have the club come out and try to take over WWE Raw, and then they can have John Cena try to, like, stop it from happening, and then he's fighting the club. He's trying to, like, keep Raw from just fading away. Keeping it straight, and then I don't know, somebody like, like Roman Reigns comes out, and he tries to. They're beat. We have the club come out and they're beating up Roman Reigns, and John Cena comes out to help Roman Reigns, and when he think he can attack the club, he actually attacks Roman Reigns, which will also will also work in Reigns' favor because the fans will kind of lean towards him and kind of hate John Cena a little bit. That's how you turn. That's how you're gonna get Roman Reigns over, if either John Cena turns heel on him, or if Roman Reigns turns heel on John Cena. That's the only way you're gonna get either of them over. So we have John Cena turning heel. He teams up with the club, and we have a new faction. You call them what you want it. You call them the new club. You can call them the Cena Club. The new NWO. If you heck, you can bring the name back. NWO, New World Order. But WWE doesn't think that way. And you know what? If John Cena retires and fades away, then well. I mean, he can always come back, right? What else we got going on here in WWE news and rumors? We have WWE is teaming up with Facebook for their upcoming mix match challenge show. Um, the show would be airing on Facebook live next month, and Pro Wrestling Sheet has confirmed additional details about upcoming programs. Sources tell us Vince McMahon is pulling out all the stops with MMC to impress Facebook, face, to impress Facebook's top brass, as well as other website streaming service, in an effort to open new doors for 2019 when the company TV contract with NBC Universal expires. I don't know what they're really doing with this whole Facebook thing. I don't know if they're gonna have like women and men teaming up against others. Are the men gonna be able to wrestle the women? Is it just gonna be the women versus the women, and then the men versus the men? Like I don't understand this whole mix thing. I mean, it sounds cool. I don't have a Facebook. I'll have to get one, but it sounds all right. But I don't really get it. Let's see what it says as far as the this, Variety first reported that Facebook is paying for distribution, this this distribution rights to the show, and we were told WWE is looking at this 12-week run as a test to see if revenue could be comparable. As for the mismatch challenge itself, we were told that the show won't necessarily be storyline related with Raw and SmackDown, but minor things that happen to the performers might factor into their individual stories, like injury or grueling matches causing someone to miss a match. So I like how they're not gonna use storyline in the middle of all this. They're gonna let them come out, do their own thing, and it might show a new it might show them in a new light. Maybe WWE will say, you know what, this guy came out and he shined on his own. Let's put him out there. Um, it says here, and I quote: "We were first reported last month that there were there have been talks about moving the weekly 205 live taping to before SmackDown Live, but we were told as a firm decision still hasn't been made. One obvious note: our sources say Nia Jax and Enzo Amore are almost a lock to team together, and there's been talks pairing up real life married couples: Jimmy Usos, Naomi, and Lana and Rusev. My projector just turned on its own. So WWE is teaming up with Facebook. They're gonna do their own thing. They're gonna have a mixed match challenge, and we shall see how that goes. In the meantime, I would need to open up a Facebook and keep an eye on all that, and I will keep y'all informed on all that as well. But yeah, that's not. I mean, that's what they've been talking about on Twitter this whole time. But I mean, I can care less about all that. I mean, I'm sure uh, other people are trying to get in and all that, but not me. Let's talk about some Brock Lesnar news. We have we have Royal Rumble plans for Brock Lesnar's match. We have according to Pro Wrestling. I'm sorry, is it Pro Wrestling Sheet? No, I'm sorry. According to Cage Side Seats, the Observer is saying that the plan is indeed for Brock Lesnar to defend the Universal title against both Braun Strowman and Kane at the Royal Rumble. I don't understand why we have to have a one-on-two match or a three-way match for the Universal Championship. Like, why can't we have Braun Strowman either versus Brock Lesnar or Kane versus Brock Lesnar? Why do we have to have? Why does Brock Lesnar always have to compete against two other people? Unless he's not gonna. The only reason for that would have to be because they don't want Brock Lesnar to lose on his own. So instead of Kane pinning Brock Lesnar, he's gonna pin Braun Strowman to win, or vice versa. Instead of Braun Strowman pinning, Brock Lesnar, he's gonna pin Kane, or instead of Brock Lesnar pinning Braun Strowman, making him look weak, he'll go pin Kane, and that's what's gonna happen. Brock Lesnar's gonna pin Kane. He's gonna retain his WWE Universal Championship belt, carry it on to WrestleMania. Then we have Roman Reigns defeat Brock Lesnar and become Universal Champion, like WWE wants him to be. That of course is so they can protect Strowman while ensuring Lesnar keeps the title. Just like I said, Kane will be there to eat the pin, exactly like I just said. So there you go. In other news, we have John Cena is expected to appear on Monday Night Raw on Christmas night. Unless you're gonna turn heel, bro, don't come back. Chris Jericho helping Don Callis get his spot at Impact Wrestling has led to speculations he will show up there too, but that's not expected. That'd be cool if Chris Jericho debuted on TNA or Impact Wrestling. That'd be something new to see. I mean, I would start watching TNA a little more if that happened. PW Insider is reporting Rockstar Spud will be returning with WWE next week. I don't know what the fuck that dude is, but there you have it. Brock Lesnar pins Kane, that retains his title. John Cena to make his return on Monday Night Raw, and Rockstar Spud is clear to come back to WWE. Let's see what we got here. In other news, we have 16-time champion Ric Flair. He is selling all his flashy robes for an incredible price at an auction. I guess the guy's poor or something, or he's losing money, or he needs money. If you ever wanted to own one of those flashy robes worn by wrestling icon Ric Flair, you may want to double check your 401k. A scarlet and silver robe worn by the Nature Boy when he was with the WCW and WWE sold for $27,000 on Saturday during an auction. It was autographed by the wrestler who lived for years in Charlotte. The robe was listed as a true relic from one of the most beloved entertainment careers in American history. Wow, that's $27,000, man. Wow, wow, wow. I mean, if I had the money, yeah, maybe I would buy it. But I mean, besides hanging on my wall, like I have my Kenny Omega shirt and my autograph pictures. I mean, that's all I would do is hang it on the wall. I mean, like, I wouldn't pay that much for that robe, man. It's ridiculous. It's quite the crazy price to pay for such an item. But if you're a collector, you're bound to go to these extreme lengths in order to get such a rare item. Wrote GiveMeSport.com. Perhaps now, after seeing his bit of news, Flair himself may go routing around his house to see if he can find anything which he could be sold for a lot of money in order to make a bit of dollar himself. It was not announced who bought the robe. The auction was handled through GoldenAuctions.com, and there were 9 bids. And yeah, you know WWE bought the damn robe, put it in their Hall of Fame. Um, yeah, wow. So there you have it. If you're a legend like Ric Flair and you've done it all in the wrestling business, and you party your entire life, you spend all your money, you have 12 wives to support. At the end of the day, you have your wrestling attire to fall back on. You know what they say? It's all just an investment. You know, you gotta take what you store and you gotta resell it. You know, sell your reserves. Don't go for broke. What else we have over here? We have Kenny Omega. It's about time we talk about some real wrestling. Kenny Omega, New Japan U.S. Wrestling Champion Kenny Omega uh, comes clean. Let me see. Here we go. Maybe Kenny Omega's head was still spinning from a loss of blood. After all, it hadn't even been 48 hours since Chris Jericho busted him open with Omega's own IWGP United States Championship belt. Um, or perhaps New Japan Pro Wrestling first U.S. Title holder was exhausted after exacting revenge on Y2J the following day during a heated press conference that made recent Floyd Mayweather versus O'Connor McGregor spectacle look like such a theater. Um, when Omega and I spoke earlier this week, his speech patterns were subdued to the point of slow motion. It's not that he betrayed no emotion about his widely anticipated once in a lifetime match with future WWE Hall of Famer Jericho at NJPW Wrestle Kingdom 12 on January 8th in Tokyo Dome. Over the course of a 20 plus minutes phone call, the 34-year-old breakout star and Bullet Club leader laid bare his high hopes and enthusiasm for what he had his adversary can accomplish that night. He just did so it. What the fuck am I reading? He just did it so in a very considered, thoughtful, monotone manner, so as Omega licks his wounds and warms up for the biggest bout of his lengthy career. Here are some of his reflections of staying one step ahead of the guy got hit in the fucking face with the fucking table. He doesn't know what he's saying. I mean, Chris Jericho literally threw the freaking table at him, hit him in the fucking face. Like, that was not even scripted. No, no bullshit. I think he forgot that he was gonna get a table thrown at him. Um, oh. This is here. He says that there's almost a Hulk Hogan versus Macho Man old school build up happening. Yeah, it's little Hogan Macho Man with color commentator Don Callis playing the role of Elizabeth. That's fucked up. So he goes on and on, talks about how, this and this and that, this and this and that. Um, the fact of the matter is, Wrestle Kingdom 12 is going to be way more hyped than WrestleMania. For all you guys out there who are not going to watch it, watch it. Um, Subscribe to this show for updates and news. If you don't watch it, I'll watch it for you and I'll tell you what happens. You'll get it straight from the source because this is that wrestling show, the show to watch when it comes to your wrestling news and rumors and speculations, reviews, rants, anything that is wrestling comes out from this. No, should I say that wrestling show. So be sure to subscribe to the channel. If you are a new viewer, I thank you for watching the show. Um, I know I've taken time out of your life that you might not get back, but hopefully you were well informed on what's been going on this past week. Um, I might be doing a daily show, depending on how much news comes out. So be sure to refresh your YouTube account. If you are a subscriber, I will be putting out different stuff here and there. I know we had NXT come out today. I didn't really catch that show. It wasn't that long. So we'll see what's up with that. We have a Clash of the Champions coming this Sunday. We'll definitely cover that. In the meantime, good night and goodbye. And be sure to subscribe to the show. Subscribe. I cannot say that anymore. If we get 30 subscribers by the end of the month, that'd be awesome for me. Thank you.